So I've been getting a lot of correspondence, a lot of questions about fasting, and what it does for you, and how it helps, in your journey or whatever. So just going to answer a couple things that have, that happened with me while I fasted, intermittent fasting, all day fasting, 24-hour fasting, 36, 72 hours, all that type of stuff, and what it has brought my way. You know what I mean? So if you like the information that's shared in this video, bro, share it with somebody who could use it. I mean, you never know what person could use the information and what they could do with it, right? Also, just like and subscribe. So when you like, it lets me know that the content, that things that we're talking about on my page, questions that we're answering, it lets me know that it's impactful. You know what I mean? So just ask you to like and subscribe, right? So when it comes to fasting, bro, it's something that a lot of us didn't know back in the day. Like, I didn't know anything about fasting. So I've been working out, taking my health seriously, working out since like the 90s. Now, obviously, I had breaks in between, but I'm saying, in the 90s is when we, got out of high school. That's when we started working out, taking it serious. And in that time, bro, pretty much like everything you got out of a book or a magazine, right? And so when we're reading, bodybuilder magazines and muscle and fitness, and we trying to get tips from these guys who, were already where we're trying to be. I don't remember anybody ever talking about fasting. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't a thing that we adopted as part of our, regime. And nowadays, we've gotten the information through people's trials and errors and even religious practices that fasting is something that's pretty much necessary, bro, at certain times throughout your journey, right? And it could be, bro, we talking, some people just fast for 4 hours once a week. So if you eat at 8, 12, and 4 o'clock, if you fast from 8 to 12, or however you want to do it, that's a form of fasting. So it doesn't always have to be 36 straight hours or 72 hours or 2 days a week or a whole week. It doesn't need to be that to be impactful. So one of the main things, bro, that I found myself when I started fasting, now I started for religious reasons, but even during intermittent phases where I intermittent fast, bro, like mentally, you become strong. Let me tell you something. It's nothing like keeping yourself from eating, but you have food available. Now, it's easy to not eat when there's no food available, but when you have food all around you, and a lot of places that we work, there's food available. And I'm talking about in abundance, right? So it's different than just, oh, I could pay $30 for a meal right now. There's a lot of y'all workplaces where it's free food. It's good food. It's food that you like to eat, right? So it's very tough on you mentally when you're trying to abstain from eating, bro, and the food is readily available. It's right there for you, right? So it builds you mentally. And as men, you never stop. You never want to stop building yourself mentally, bro. That fight never stops. So there's something that happens to you, and you become someone that's very confident in your ability to abstain from things. Okay. Now, how does that help you in the rest of your life? Well, obviously, we all have things that we like to do that we're probably not supposed to be doing, whether it be smoking weed, whether it be alcohol, whether it be pills, whether it be girls, whether it be spending frivolously, whether it's watching too much TV or too much sports, gambling, whatever it is that we do, right? We know that there's periods of time that we should be abstaining, that sometimes we do it too much. Well, when you fast, bro, you build up that mental fortitude, and then it bleeds into other areas of your life. So then when you're trying to cut the gambling out just for a couple days, or you're saying, you know what, instead of spending $50 every time I gamble, I'm gonna just spend $25. It's a lot easier to have discipline in that area because of your fasting. I'm telling you, it works, right? Now, one of the things that I found as well, bro, is that your body unlocks, your body has this unlimited amount of energy that we rarely ever access, bro, because we're always eating. So we think that we have to fuel our body with certain macronutrients, and I mean, there's truth to that. Like there's absolute truth to that, with your carbs, your protein, your fats. But your body can run off of your body can run off of a nutrient deficit if it has to, right? So I know I chopped that up. But if you don't have access to carbs, if you don't have access to healthy fats and protein, your body still has a lot of energy stored that you can operate from, okay? So that's how people are able to fast for 24 hours, 36 hours, 72 hours. They're able to go on liquid fast, and you're like, dang, how do they go that long without eating? Well, your body has a way of channeling other sources of energy. So what you find out is when you start fasting, and what I found out was, man, I can really do a lot even when I'm not consuming food. I can do a lot, man. There's a lot I can do. So obviously, us guys that work out, you know, a lot of us work out in fasted states already. So we're coming to the gym 5 in the morning, bro. For 6 in the morning, we haven't eaten since 6 at night. So we're already in a 12-hour fasting period a lot of times when we work out. So you start to find out, man, that your body is able to channel so much energy, bro. You can build strength. You can build your endurance. You can do a ton of things off of a very, very small amount of nutrients, bro. And nutrients that your body has stored up. Because your body doesn't always know when you're going to eat again. You know what I'm saying? So being in a fasted state, a lot of times, it channels there's other modes of energy that your body has stored up. And so what it does is mentally for you, you're like, oh man, so if I skip a meal or if I'm fasting, I can still do everything that I've been doing. I'm not going to be tired. I'm not going to want to go to sleep. I'm not going to have, you know, a mental block just because I haven't eaten. You understand? So that's what it teaches you. So also, bro, the aside from the mental toughness that you gain, aside from the belief you have in yourself, right, that you can do things physically, it starts to draw you closer to things that are important. So when you're not eating, let's just say you say, you know what, today I'm not going to eat from sun up to sundown, right? So that might be, depending on where you're at in America, that might be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., right? 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. During that time, bro, there's a couple different periods in the day where, bro, you're so hungry that you have to keep yourself busy, because that's the only thing that will keep your mind off of being so hungry. So what you do is you channel that energy into something positive. It might be reading. It might be, you know, getting some things done at your job. It might be sending some extra emails. It might be, you know, finishing some things around your house or in your yard that you hadn't done. And what happens is you become more productive. And so if you think about it, let's just say you did that once a week, right? And you made 10 extra phone calls during that period of time that you're fasting. Well, bro, that's 10 extra contacts that you're making every week. In a month's time, that's 40 extra phone calls. All because you're so hungry and you can't eat that, bro, now you got to get to doing something. And you're kind of in overdrive, bro, just to keep your mind off of the fact that you're super hungry. So it ends up pulling out this different level of productivity in you that you didn't even realize you had. It works, man. Anybody who fasts will tell you that they become more productive in their fasting periods. It's very, very strange, bro, but it just happens that way. Now, one of the biggest things too, man, is you cut out a lot of the foods that you already know you should not be eating. Okay? And the reason is because now you're limiting your meals. So if you fast every day, you say, I'm gonna forego breakfast. Okay, let's just say you forego breakfast. When you come back to eating at lunch, you say, all right, my first meal is gonna be lunch. Bro, most of the time, you're not gonna go get fast food for lunch. You're not gonna go eat donuts for lunch. You're not gonna go eat a burger and some fries for lunch. You're not gonna drink a soda. Because the mental toughness that you must have to abstain from eating in the first place is going to be the same mental toughness you have to channel to stay away from the foods that you crave. It's the same mental fortitude, bro. So what you'll start finding is, man, if I can go without eating at all, I can definitely abstain from the sodas. I can definitely stay away from the cookies and the desserts. I can definitely stay away from the greasy foods, the fried chicken, the French fries, the fried shrimp. I can definitely stay away from those. And even if it's just that day, all right, today I'm going to skip breakfast, and then for lunch and dinner I'm going to have a healthy meal, right? And I'm telling you, you get to that point that you're so mentally tough around that 3rd and 4th hour, bro, of fasting, that it's no problem for you to stay away from the bad foods. So it gives you like this jump start into a better eating regimen. And man, we all could use that. There's not a person alive that could not use some better practices when it comes to what they eat and how they're eating, right? Lastly, last but not least, right? Last but not least, when you fast, bro, you have to stay positive. You absolutely have to stay positive. You have to. Because at some point you're so hungry that like positive energy is the only thing to keep your mind off of the hunger, right? Bro, it helps you stay away from negativity, because positive and negative energy cannot coincide. They can't live in the same house, my brother. And there's no way that you can think positive and immerse yourself in negativity. You cannot. All right. So what it does is, bro, you really start looking more towards positivity, right? You're seeking it. So you're so hungry, you might go take a walk. Well, that's positive. You're getting outside, you're getting fresh air, sunlight, all the things that happen when you take a walk, even, right? The movement, everything. You're in a positive mood. You can't have anybody take you down. So there's certain people at lunch, bro, you can't hang out with them, because all they're going to be talking about is, oh, you didn't eat today, and da-da-da-da-da, and how you going to do that, and you going to pass out, and what? So it's all these things that happen with certain people when they talk to you, right? They talk to you negative, because they can't understand what you're doing. So you end up staying away from those people. Those people are negative, right? There's certain things on your timeline, bro, certain shows that you watch that you'll stay away from, because you have to stay in a positive state for you to get through a lot of the tough periods of fasting. So what it does is, bro, it puts you in a cycle of like somewhat ducking and dodging negativity, right? And got to be honest with you, bro, we all need that. We all need that. We all need to trim the negativity, bro. There's never going to be a time in your life where you don't need to trim the negativity, because sometimes you don't realize that situations are negative for you. It could be music you're listening to. It could be, man, it could be neighbors, people on your timeline. It could be articles you read. You know what I mean? It could be news outlets that you watch that are negative, and they put you in a negative space. So again, when you're fasting, bro, you start to yearn for positivity, because that positive energy gives you confidence and takes your mind away from the negative aspect that you're hungry. All right. So those are just a few of the things, bro, that happen when you fast, bro. When you take little periods of fast. And my suggestion is, man, we all need that period of time. Our digestive system needs breaks. You know what I mean? There's so many other health benefits to fasting, and we'll get to those in other videos, man. But if you've been thinking about it, if you've been wondering about it, bro, go on YouTube, watch some videos on fasting. Let some people tell you what it did for them. You know what I mean? The positive effects. And I guarantee you, bro, it'll spark you to start wanting to do it. And bro, listen, you can't start with a 72-hour fast and you've never fasted before. You got to start small, all right? So if you normally eat from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., just cut it back. Start eating at 8 a.m. That's an hour. That's an hour, bro, and you're not used to it. Then you start cutting it back to 9 and 10, and the next thing you know, it's some hours. And bro, if you're doing it consistently, you know what I mean, you'll start to see the benefits. I mean, there's obviously a lot of health benefits, but I'm telling you, mentally, bro, energy-wise, and what you start to see in yourself, you know, you'll become a more confident man. if you go through periods of time where you're abstaining from something that's readily available to you. You understand? So if anything that I said in this video resonated with you, right, and you feel like you need some one-on-one coaching in this area or some other areas, okay, go down in the description, book a call with me. We'll get on a Zoom. We'll talk about some things that you've been going through, perhaps, that you need some coaching with, you need some help with. We'll come up with a plan to help you get to the next step. You know what I mean? Now, you might get on the phone with me and feel like you need a trainer in your area, a nutritionist. You might need a family counselor, whatever you might need. I can help you connect with those people in your area as well. All right? But go down in the description, book a call, and we'll get to it, bro. We got a lot to talk about. Now, I always ask you to share these videos if you got some information that was vital to you. If you felt like you heard some things that are good. Let me tell you something, bro. This day and age, we got to use technology to our advantage. Bro, share the video with somebody. That's all you got to do. If there's somebody you care about that you know would benefit from the things that we talked about in this video, bro, just share the video with them. And you ain't got to put no pressure on them. Yo, thought this video was good, my boy. Give it a listen. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. And that's it and that's all, bro. And either they going to get back to you or they not. But once you give the information, you've done your deed. You understand? We got to help hold other people accountable. But at the same time, bro, just share information and show them that you love them. You understand? All right? So this is your boy, Mark My Words, coming to you once again, dropping gems. All right? I'll be at you on the flip side.